So, namaste. Welcome to Satsang today. Satsang is always a very valuable time for us all to get together and to not only come to recognize who we really are, but also who we want to live as. And for a long time, we might find ourselves seeing clearer who we are, but also living perhaps from the old paradigm in some places in our life, some places where we still living as if we were a separate being. And those places are going to get more and more painful for us as we begin to deepen our seeing. So wherever we're living from the old and inauthentic way, you'll know, right? You'll feel it. It's some negative emotion or some contraction in the body, or usually both. A lot of thoughts about what's going on in the mind, and usually some experience that we don't like or don't want keeps happening too. And it's good to look at what it really means in terms of a simple definition that we can work with to be living as this infinite, I'm going to call it presence today, infinite presence. What does that mean in practical terms? What does it mean to be awakened? What does that look like? And what can we actually focus in on today with this time that we have here together to make sure that we use this time wisely and that we're heading in the right direction? There isn't really a direction, of course. You are already this presence. But to be able to recognize that is the most important thing. And then to be able to live from that place. And for me, it always came down to one thing. If I'm living as presence in this moment, I'm not telling any stories about what's going on in this moment. My mind might be telling a story perhaps for a while, but there's no interest in the story. What do I mean by stories? Well, right now you could be sitting here listening to this and really trying to get the a grasp of what's being said and really trying to get somewhere. So your story might be, I need to get something from this satsang. And later the story might be, I really got something from that and now I've lost it again, or whatever the story is. I'm not good enough to wake up. I'm not ready to wake up. These were all my favorite stories. Life really can't be that good and that easy. Another favorite story of mine. If I was more awakened, I wouldn't be feeling this emotion or saying that thing to that person or whatever version of that story was happening. So, what is life without our stories? What does that look like? Again, it's not necessarily the absence of all stories, that will come later. But when there's an absence of believing the story, and also an absence of pushing the story away, because if I'm telling myself something about this moment and I'm noticing maybe I'm judging someone or judging myself, and the next thought that comes is I should not be judging myself or anyone. I should be more loving, more forgiving, more patient, more compassionate, more awakened. You probably have your own version of what you would add on to that. And if I'm telling myself this story, this is how it should be, then I'm really arguing with this moment. I'm arguing with reality. I'm arguing with the present, with the presence. Or I could say that I'm arguing with myself. I am the presence. I am reality, just as you are. If I say in my story that I'm not how I should be, because this emotion that keeps coming, or these thoughts that keep playing, or this experience I keep having should not be happening, then in effect I'm saying reality isn't how it is supposed to be. The presence isn't how it's supposed to be. If I'm not how I'm supposed to be, if I should be different than I am in this moment, if that's my story, then I'm really saying that all of reality should be different because they're one and the same, one and the same. We're not really a separate being. And do we really know that that story is true anyway? And has it helped us to actually feel peace? To tell myself that I shouldn't be feeling this emotion as an example of a story, has it actually worked to bring more peace, more joy, more love? If I find myself judging someone in my thoughts and I tell myself I shouldn't be doing that, is that going to bring me more peace or less peace, more disturbance? So, what is it like to live without any stories at all? And the way to have this balance of not believing a story but also not pushing it away is simply to be as curious as you can what it's like to simply be presence. Not what you think presence is, not what I think presence is. What is it like to just be presence? Letting that question open up something inside of you. Noticing any stories that come up. And just coming back to this openness, this question, what is it like to be presence? What is that like? And to be here and to be the presence now with no stories. Not the story that you're going to forget this later or you go back to your mind later or whatever the story is that's going on. What is it like now, right now? We can all do this together to be the presence. You don't even need to know what presence is. Excuse me. You don't even need to know what that is. You just need to know this question. What is that like? Presence. A deep curiosity. What lies underneath my stories? Where do stories come from? From the mind. Where does the mind come from? From this presence. What is it like when I'm not altering my perception of reality by squeezing it through this narrow story? When I don't know what's happening in this moment, when I don't know what presence is, when I don't know what I am, when I don't know even if I should be judging or not, if I don't know if fear should be here or not, I'm not going to be certain of anything. What is it like to have no story at all in this moment? What is that? And when I asked myself this question, there was an openness, a quietness, something that is me, that is very much here and alive, very much here, present as presence itself. And it's never going to shout for attention, presence. It's never going to um, take the center stage unless we invite it like this with a question. What is it like to just be here without stories? And tasting just something deeper inside that is already unaffected by stories, beliefs, assumptions, whatever you want to call those. So this shift of rather than trying to get rid of stories or my beliefs, just more curiosity, what it is without those already. What is that without, what is it like without those now, even? As if the question could simply open up this huge opening inside somewhere in our being. What is that like? And if you've heard this word presence too many times, it's okay. Just drawing a line under that. Starting again. What is presence? I don't know. It's what I am, it's what you are, but I don't really know what it is. I don't know what it is to be it. I'm finding out here with you. As we taste this, there's a greater willingness to live without the stories. The biggest story for me was that I should have no stories, which of course meant that I kept on having lots of stories. Because I was asserting that this moment, this presence is not how it should be right now. It should be without the stories. Life, living as the awakened presence, is not really the absence of stories. They're just not doing anything with them, not rejecting them, not believing them, just letting them happen. Let's just taste this for a few more moments. What's it like to be here with nothing going on? No need to achieve anything from this satsang, from this moment, from this journey. Right now, just to have no idea why we're here. No idea how we're doing right now. No need to get anywhere. No need to stop anything, to move away from anything. We're not going to do any of that because that's all coming from a story that this isn't how it's supposed to be right now. If there's some pain emotionally or physically, notice the stories around that. If there's a lot of action in the mind, notice the story that's saying it should not be so. Acceptance of this, or of anything, is simply to be with it without telling stories. I would rather experience this thing directly than tell a story about it. I'd rather be here in this moment. So what's stopping you from being present here as presence right now? If you notice any idea, any reason that you can't just live like this, Just being really, really curious. Curiosity is the antidote to believing. What is it like to be present right now? To be here without any stories? What is it like? And as we're tasting this together, just allowing yourself to enjoy it. Noticing a story that comes up that says you can't just really live like this. You're not going to be able to just live like this. It's not practical. The mind says, nothing's going to get done, the mind says. Just seeing, is that actually the case when I'm simply here without my stories? What actually happens? Do I stop functioning completely? Well, maybe for a short moment while you enjoy it. But when the body needs to move, it will. It's easier to make this shift into curiosity about presence when we realize that all of our stories have not really ever changed anything anyway. They're just words in our head, just whispers from the mind that thinks its stories are actually doing something to alter reality. If I catch myself judging someone and a story arises I should not be judging, I really used to believe that that thought was actually doing something. It was going to somehow stop me judging. And it was really quite shocking when I realized it literally had no power. It was just another thought. So stories that really have very little to no effect at all except to disturb us more. On one hand, infinite presence on the other. Even while stories are going on, we can still come here. What's it like here as presence? What's this like? So awakening became for me just checking in again. Am I living from my stories or am I actually experiencing myself, presence, consciousness, awareness, silence? Can't do both at the same time. You can't listen to your stories and experience yourself, your real self, at the same time. Comes down then, awakening to this very simple thing. Where is my focus? What am I devoted to in this moment? That which is real or that which is unreal? Simply choosing, gently preferring to be with what's real. Noticing how much your body likes it when you simply let go of the stories. Immediate peace. No need to even get rid of anything. Just to gently prefer whatever it is that you are. I'm calling it presence tonight, but we could call it many, many names. What is this? And as you get a little taste of living without any stories, it becomes really, really sweet. First, it was this sense of huge relief for me and a quiet peace. And it just helped me to kind of come back here and choose this and choose this and choose this until it was at the forefront of my whole day. And then somehow that choosing became automatic, and there was no way to choose the story. Even if a story arose in the mind, there was no grabbing anymore or no pushing. I couldn't somehow do that anymore because I hadn't used that grabbing and pushing mechanism for a while. It just stopped. How do you not use that? You just simply choose presence. Presence is only what you are without your stories, and even with your stories. But it's more fun without them. So, as we move into this question and answer section, see if you can simply listen without any stories. What is it like then to listen, to be presence without stories? So I'd like to invite anyone who has a question or a challenge to raise their hand here on on Zoom. Excuse me. Okay, we'll go with Peggy to start with.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, love.
Um, there's a lot of fear coming up right now. There's also resistance to the fear.
What does the resistance say about the fear?
That it shouldn't be there.
Can we just drop that right now and just let the fear be here?
I think so.
Yeah, just feeling into it, right? Don't, not an absolute, just kind of just open and a little bit and let this be here. Don't have to like it. You're doing great. Taking a nice deep breath if you can. Just helping your body to be with this. Just being with the fear, just being with it. You have this capacity, right? Something inside you that can. You're doing great. We're all here with you, supporting you and loving you. You're surrounded by love right now. So much love. Just noticing any stories that are coming up and just letting them go. Nice deep breath if you can. You did absolutely amazing. Look at that. And no need to have any um, analysis of why it came or why it was here, why you were resisting it, all of that. We don't need to do that, right? We can just,
No. Yeah.
how are you feeling now?
Um, much better. There's there's a tingling happening all through my body, and there's a little bit of shaking still.
Yeah.
Um, there's an ease.
Just being with that too. Just no stories about that. Not that it's even better than fear or any, just being with that too, right? No
Yeah.
stories. Just here.
Yeah, the resistance is very diminished.
Mm. So what if it's here, right? No, nobody likes fear, right? Of course, we're not gonna want to feel it, but we can, and we did. And what a kind thing to do for our body to just let this be felt and then begin to leave.
Yeah.
When we're telling stories, we're kind of trapping it in one place and it can't move.
Yeah, it's kind of moving all around,
Yeah.
and I'm not so contracted.
Yeah. It's amazing what the body can actually handle when we're not um, altering reality in any particular moment by our thoughts with our thoughts. Just to be here with something. There's a tremendous capacity to actually be with something that, even like fear. You are that presence that shows up, right? Shows up for everything. I don't know what this is. I've never seen it before. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Wonderful. How are you feeling?
I'm I feel altered. I feel um much more open, and it's like the fear got really strong within presence,
Mm.
but I I was holding on to well, I don't know. I felt the resistance, like the push and pull of the wanting it to come forward and the stopping of it. It's all
It's all just here, right?
yes. Thank you. Everything you said, that's what's happening.
Mm. Thank you. You did great. Thank you for being so brave to share it with us and
Thank you,
an
Helen.
example of
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
I loved you.
I love you too. Wonderful. We'll go to Keith.
You're going to me?
Yes. Yeah, wonderful.
Oh, okay. I didn't cut out. Hi. Uh, yeah. Hi, Helen. I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, well, it's easy for you to say. This is my mind going like, I can't seem to get to that piece, and it's so frustrating. Like you say, be present in my mind, saying, well, you should be doing this, and all the things you talked about. You said the mind says this, the mind says that, but I don't know. I don't seem to be able to step aside from it, and it's so frustrating. And then it wakes me up at 4 in the morning and thinking, oh, you should be doing this, you shouldn't have done that. And you make it sound like you can just like turn it off like that, and it's like, where's the switch? I want to
If
do
we
that.
turn
It's
off,
just
if we turn off trying to change it, if I'm really
mm,
trying to be peaceful, can't seem to manage it, right? Because my mind is going crazy and it's 4
Yeah.
a.m. or whatever it is, right? Can I completely accept that I can't feel peaceful right now? That I can't seem to just be present? Can I just accept that fact? Like if I give up struggling against that, what's that like?
I don't know. That's where I'm stuck, I guess, because that's where I don't know. And this shouldn't be happening.
What if you
Mm.
don't tell that
Feels
one?
like stress inside, like anger and all that. Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I
The
don't know.
reason that we keep pushing against it, I want peace and I'm not feeling peace right now. And we have this crazy idea that pushing against something is going to actually bring us more peace.
I know it makes no sense
Never worked.
when you describe it, of course.
So for me, there was this one time, well, many times, but this one time in particular where I just wanted to meditate and I couldn't. There was just like so much noise, so much noise. And it was usually
Yes.
about any time between 2:30 and 4 a.m., you know.
Mm. Yes.
And I got so frustrated that I just gave up trying. I just gave up trying to feel peaceful or to change something, right? I just gave up in frustration. And there was this peace, all of a sudden there was this contentment and peace. Even while the stories were still just going crazy in my head. My body was tight and tense,
Yes.
but there was this immense peace because I just kind of, you could say, surrendered or gave up or resigned myself to the fact that I wasn't going to feel peaceful. In that
Mm.
moment, suddenly there was peace then. And I kind of got a glimpse as to how awakening is. It's like whatever is, if I'm fighting it, I'll always feel disturbed.
Mhm.
It's not the noise of my mind or the negative emotion that's troubling me. It's my saying that it should not be so that's actually disturbing me.
Yes. I agree with that, definitely.
So, what if you kind of, in that moment, you find yourself fighting with it? Could you leave yourself a little note by the bed that when you wake up in the nighttime, you can just kind of, what if I don't fight this at all?
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling it now. There's like stress in here. Like, why can't I get to this place of peace? Why can't I be like Helen?
What if it's not a,
I want what she's got.
what if it's
Magic.
not a forward place to get to, but more a going inwards, in underneath what's the chaos that's here, like a sinking and opening into. Like, what is it that's right here, right now? First answer to that might be this angst in my body, this noise
Hmm.
in my head. But what else is here right now? What else is here for you to experience right now?
Uh,
Already
yeah,
here.
yeah, I can feel quiet. I can hear birds outside and
Yeah, yeah.
see a tree here.
What else?
I can feel more separate from the sort of like more separate from the tension I'm feeling in my chest here.
Hmm. And let's just stay with that. What else is here right now?
I'm outside, so I can feel the breeze on my skin.
Yeah.
I can hear a dog barking.
What else? What else is going on? Inside, outside.
Mhm. Talking to you, so that feels like I'm taking my attention away from my problems and what's wrong with me and all that.
Hmm.
But then my fear is that as soon as I stop talking to you, it's all going to come right back. I was going to say, "Ah, you think
Maybe
you've got,
just another
you think you've
opportunity.
got free there for a minute, but I'm still here."
So instead of trying to get rid of that to find peace,
Mm.
why not go right through it? Okay, that's fine. You can be here. This story that You know, the story can be here, right? Just let it be there.
Yeah.
And just
Mm.
curious, what else is here? What else is here?
There's obviously, yes, there's a sense of knowing that here, of sensing all this. That's the sense of being you talk about.
Hmm.
That
And we
sense that's
didn't,
hearing animal noises and feeling the skin and the wind on the skin.
yeah. But we didn't get to notice this knowingness, this beingness by getting rid of the story, right? We just stopped
It
pushing.
feels like we pushed it to the side for a minute. Let me just put that to one side.
Did we? Or was it something, was it not a moving that over there, but just going in further into this moment anyway, even with the story here, going deeper into this moment?
Hmm.
Because mind will tell you that pushing the story away is what worked, but we really didn't do that, right? We just said, okay,
Hmm.
you can exist, this story. And what else
Hmm.
is here right now? What else is here? It's kind of just a opening
Yes.
up and an inclusion and a softening. It's not a doing something.
But- So it's like taking the focus away from the story of what should be and then putting the focus on that sense of being, which is what you were talking about, of course. That's why I feel like a slow learner.
Not
That's
even,
everything
not
you were
even,
talking about being present, just feeling into that
yeah, but not even
and not
feeling
letting
into,
mind get some of these mind attacks are driving me crazy. This is be able to stop that from happening by just going, as you said, going through it.
so
Mm,
not trying to get rid of anything.
mm,
If if I was trying to get rid of something, it only comes stronger. This idea that getting my mind to be
yeah,
quiet is where the peace is at, it's not true
mm. It's like what you resist persists, as they say,
and multiplies.
pushing against it. Yeah.
So letting that happen, because peace isn't about pushing anything away, it's about seeing what else is here also, what else is here as well as. Not even trying to get to beingness,
Mm,
just I'm curious what else is here. Okay, there's a story here. There's a tight, tense body.
mm,
What else? What else? What else? Just gently, 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 as if this question is just going to take us a little deeper each time we ask. There's a
mm,
deep breath here, right? That.
mm-hmm,
There's these words, this conversation. There might be a story playing, it's all good. We're just opening up. It's just a habit, right? Instead of pushing against, we're just learning to do this somehow with our energy.
mm.
The habit has been to contract and get, we're just learning
Yes.
just
Hold
to
on to
open,
it tightly. Yeah.
right? Like a flower opening. So anything can be here in this moment, and we're not grabbing or pushing or pulling. We're just, what else is here? And it calms the nervous system down.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel more peace doing this with you, Helen. Thank you.
So when the mind goes
Yeah.
crazy right after we finish talking, nothing is going wrong.
It's,
Nothing is
it's
going
don't,
wrong, okay? It's just
nothing is
mind.
what, sorry.
Nothing is going wrong.
Oh, okay. It's like I'm
Nothing's
a
sorry.
failure. I just had that question with Helen. It didn't get me anywhere. I got nowhere. I failed again.
Oh, it's another opportunity to open up, to
Hmm.
soften, to include more of this moment, right?
Yeah.
What if mind is really trying to help us by actually pushing us into a place where we have no other way to go except to open, to soften?
Hmm.
When I use the chaos in the mind as a kind of a trigger or a pointer, every time I felt something going on or some emotion, I linked that to, okay, let me open, let me soften, let me include,
Mm,
and just changed it from that habit to, I'm going to push against this.
I see.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's just a
Yeah.
habit that we can cultivate, right?
Yes. Yes, you have the habit of trying to push it away. You could just create a, just build a habit of going through it.
And at some point, it just becomes automatic that you forget
Mm,
how to push. When that falls away, it doesn't really matter because you're feeling
mm.
more and more like this anyway, more peaceful anyway.
Well, that's great. Yeah, this is definitely something for me to work on.
Yeah.
Well, I should, that's the wrong thing to say too, is it? Work on it. That puts it out there somewhere out
Just,
in the
just
future.
something to explore, right?
Yes, yes.
In the quieter moments, practicing. Even when I feel good, I can kind of just see what else is here. When there's a calmer
Mm,
moment, I can still practice so that when there is a little or a lot going on up here, I still already kind of know how to just let me not fight that. Let me just soften and open and, just
mm,
letting myself see what else is here.
yeah. Okay.
Thank
Thank you so much, Helen.
you for sharing so honestly and openly. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So grateful.
Thank you. Me too. Me too. Okay, we'll go to Miguel.
Thank you, Helen.
Hi.
Hi, hi. Um, Thank you for your infinite patience. That is for me the big proof that you are enlightened. Thank you so much. Um, I'm going to translate myself into Spanish and English. Decía que gracias a Helen por su infinita paciencia. Um, there is something that I thought I already passed, but is coming again somehow, which is control. Hay algo que creía que ya estaba superado y que parece que vuelve, que es el control. And I feel like it's uh, like the base of anxiety because it's, there is this idea that I thought it was past that if you don't do it, who is going to do it?
Mhm.
And you better do it yourself and you don't need to ask anybody. So, entonces está esta creencia de que mejor lo hace uno mismo y no pedir que si tú lo haces, pues ya está hecho, no tienes que pedirlo a los demás. But it's coming again, like in, then you have to, I don't know.
Maybe it's coming again because the first time it arises, we might hear it as a separate being. Okay, can I let go of control a bit more? Can I let others help me? Can I trust other people more? Maybe now it's coming because it's more obviously not true because you're seeing there aren't any other people, any, right? Why so much need to control if there's nobody else here except you? If all of these beautiful beings here are you, what do you need to control?
But maybe I don't believe yet that there is only one. Igual todavía no creo que solamente hay uno.
Or maybe you do, but your mind is just getting with the program now, right? So this idea is coming up. I need to hold on. I need to control. I need to um, make sure I get it done because nobody else will. And now it's coming up because it can be seen from the presence that you are and not judged, just evaluated. Is that something I want to give my attention to?
And I don't see even the belief, this idea comes, like I just see myself doing a lot of things. And I analyze that and I see this is because of a intention of controlling. Veo que no me viene esa creencia, sino que me veo a mí mismo haciendo muchas cosas y veo que hago tantas cosas como por la idea de controlarlo todo.
Which body are you talking about when you say I? Which body is it that's you? How many bodies do you have?
That I don't see it. No veo el que yo tenga muchos cuerpos. I don't see I have many bodies. That still,
Okay, that's cool. But can you be certain that you're only this body?
I am closer to say that I am not this body. Puedo decir que no soy este cuerpo.
So if you are not this body, why reference anything it does or doesn't do? Why reference, why point to it and say, see, I'm still trying to hold on. I'm not this body, but I'm going to look completely at this body to evaluate how I'm doing in my awakening. I'm still trying to hold on.
Yes.
Really, it's the mind in the body, right? That's doing that. You are the presence.
Yeah, I just saw that I'm judging myself for controlling. Veo que me estoy juzgando por controlar.
Yeah.
Mm. I saw the controlling side. I didn't see the judging of the controlling. Vi el control, pero no el juzgar del control.
Do you think that the controlling can exist when the judging stops?
I don't know.
It's good to
No sé.
find out, right?
How do I do that?
What is it like if you don't judge yourself when you find there's something really trying to hold on and control? You just notice it. Oh, there it is again. There he goes again. Oh, there it is again. Wow. And no story that says it should have stopped by now. It should have stopped. Why is it happening?
Because it's unconscious. So it's not something I really see. So maybe I do.
In Spanish too?
Oh, sí, que es inconsciente. Entonces no sé si me di cuenta así tan de que estoy juzgando. Mm.
So maybe next time you notice it, you can just notice it when it happens. Just notice it. Oh, and then notice the tendency to judge. It should not be so. And just decide I'm not gonna go there.
So the way to deactivate the control could be not judging the control. La forma de desactivar el control es no juzgarlo.
If we're determined to judge ourselves, we have to have something going on to judge ourselves about, right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Gracias.
Okay, so we'll take the hands that are up and we'll have to leave it after those three hands. Caro, thanks.
Hola, Helen.
Hola.
Muchas gracias.
you.
El satsang de hoy, o sea, me parece súper bonito y me recuerda mucho el que tuvimos hace unas semanas acerca de las relaciones. Se me
El
está acabando la
satsang,
batería. Un segundo.
satsang of today. She's going because the battery is dying,
Okay.
so she didn't finish the sentence.
Let's go to Avishak and we'll come back to Caro after that. Give her some time to find her charging cable. So, hi, love.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, good. How are you?
It's been a few years.
Yeah, yeah.
I was traveling a lot. So, to jump right in, I have been practicing, just allowing what arises for quite some time. And I'm calling that purification because that's what it feels like. And I feel like I'm just at a point where there's a sense of something needing or wanting to shift in my practice, but I don't know. I know I can just sit with it and I can just, but it's also really uncomfortable. And I don't really have community to sit with anymore. So I'm not sure what to say about it right now, this moment.
What stories are you telling about it right now?
Well, it feels like there's like this old sort of wounded feeling, but it's not coming up in like thoughts. It's coming up as feeling and it's a bit veiled.
Hmm.
So, and I feel like even the veiled is part of the habit of it too. It's like I see the iceberg and it's the underneath of the iceberg and it's come up and it's trying to surface to the top. And it just seems, yeah, like sometimes it's emotional and then sometimes I'm confused. But I also can still feel the piece of the one of watching while I'm experiencing it. And I feel like there's the expression of not knowing what to do, but I think it comes from the feel, comes with the feeling. It's not how I'm meeting the feeling,
Mm.
but I get a bit discombobulated sometimes.
Can you simply be curious about the feeling? Just really curious. So shifting from thinking about it to just actually feeling it the best you can.
Yeah.
Let's do that
I feel
together now.
like, okay. I just wanted to say, like, I feel like it pops up and then it like hides away again.
Because some part of us wants to go into it, some part of us doesn't. So it's kind of, oh, hello, and then, oh, no, no, no. And then, oh, hello, and then, no. So we're just gonna be a little bit more hello to it. What actually is it? What is it when you actually look at it? Really, really, just look at it, just feel it. But actually, is it?
It feels like it's energy, and this is how it's expressing itself.
Hmm.
It also feels like when I take a breath, that it's like the surface is just being washed away. So I don't get to feel the full expression, which might be good because it might be overwhelming.
Or just your willingness to be with it is actually allowing it to shift, right? Maybe as soon as we're willing to really meet it, there's less of it there to meet. And because of our willingness to just be with it, it can begin to change. The mind tells a story and it says, I'm never going to actually be able to be with it because every time I turn towards it, it seems to disappear or something. But actually, in that turning towards it, there's a shifting or a transmuting of it
Yeah.
into lighter frequency. And as our awakening deepens, literally to turn towards it is all as necessary. Without stories, of course, without, I know what this is and I don't like it and I don't want it, and how long is it going to be here, and why can't I just say yes to it, and whatever other stories we're telling ourselves. Even the story that you don't have community around you right now. Is that true if you're not just this one body? Can that be true, even that story? Yes, you might like other body minds to talk to more often, but you literally are that, all of these beings on this satsang, they're all you.
I don't really understand that concept. Um,
That's okay.
like I understand our interconnectedness. I understand how we experience the same types of experiences and energetically and emotionally, but I don't, you know, see that directly.
You want to have a look together? Yeah. You kind of have to say yes when I put you on the spot, sorry.
No, I'm happy to.
Let's have a look and see what you are. What is it that you find when you look for yourself?
It's like that feeling sort of comes in front
Hmm.
as I'm looking.
In front of what? What is it that's noticing that feeling?
I guess like the awareness.
Hmm.
It like moves right into, it's like there's looking and then it just comes up in before it or something like that.
Just bringing attention to that's before it, that awareness you called it. Bring attention to that. Is it limited? Is it a person? Are you a someone? You that's watching this feeling?
Well, it feels like that is what I am. I am the watching. So I would have to say, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a person, but I could say it feels like a me. Like
Yeah.
that is where me sits. Something.
It's very definitely me, right? It's very definitely you. And then looking at the stories we're saying about this feeling and about not having a community, is that true for awareness? Is awareness, the real you, awareness, does it have any problem with this feeling at all?
So the feeling comes up, so I'm just breathing and letting it be there so I can stay with the awareness.
What if you're not even breathing and all of that? Just you're watching even the breathing start to happen as a way for the body to be with this feeling. What is awareness actually doing?
I'm noticing. I'm just, well, it's like it can move closer and then there's like moving back, but that it's not even moving back because it's like the other feeling comes into what's being viewed, but there's still this, that, yeah, I don't know.
Is it actually moving back, or is it that attention is moving away from awareness and back towards the feeling?
Yeah.
Awareness stops looking at itself and starts looking at the feeling. It feels
Yeah.
like, seems like awareness has moved back or closer, right?
Yeah.
But what are you
I,
actually doing? Are you moving as awareness?
I guess it's just flowing with what it's experiencing, with what it's looking at, and how those interpretations are presenting themselves.
So
So
how big is that awareness? How far is it? Where is it? Is it limited?
I can't tell at the moment.
That's okay. That's a really good answer, actually. Because if we are saying in our mind that I am limited by something, I don't have a community, or I don't have the right person in my life, or the right job, or whatever, I don't have enough of this, or too much of that. What we're really doing is giving qualities to the awareness that it doesn't really have. It can't really be limited. So it's a huge breakthrough even to not know about awareness, right? We have been somehow assuming we do know that awareness can be limited. So this is actually, it may seem like a wrong answer, but it's really a very profound answer. I can't actually know that. I can't tell right now. It's much more honest than what we have been saying about ourselves. It's much more honest. To just, I don't really know about myself actually as awareness. Can you feel an opening there? Just a relief.
With my neck movements, it's usually what they represent.
Yeah.
I feel like it feels like energy of the story coming out of the story.
Yeah. So, can you spend the next few days and just as often as you can, just being really curious about what awareness is, where it is? Just, I'm going to just be really open to actually see. I don't have to do any work. I'm just curious, like, what does it mean to be awareness, actually? How does awareness be with a emotion or a sensation and a thought and everything? What is it like to be awareness? Is it limited? Is it doing, just playing with these questions, not trying to find an answer, just being open with the question.
Like there's no thinking. So it's almost like when the reaction comes up, like emotional, like maybe there's a bit of a vague sense of fear. And I'm
Hmm.
aware that the fear is coming from feeling the sensation arising. And I'm not feeling taken into the world of fear, but I'm feeling like somehow it's fuzzing my attention.
Can
And
we,
so then it's not on awareness, just looking at awareness, it's the awareness is on that.
but how do you know that the fear is there and the sensation? Aren't you still watching as awareness? You even know as awareness the fuzziness. You even know the shifting attention, right? All
Yeah,
this you still know as awareness. You're watching.
yeah. It's this impression of a fear of giving up looking at the feeling. Except I don't mind giving it up. It's just comes up.
I is who? Who is it that doesn't mind?
The watching, what the
Can the watching awareness give anything up? Or hold on?
from this space that I'm experiencing, I can't tell. It feels like it when I'm just being with something, then giving up happens. So
It happens, but
and
did you do that as awareness, right?
yeah,
Something in the system, the energy system just goes, but
yeah,
awareness didn't make that happen, right?
I see. It seems like the quality of presence and being with it creates the space for it to happen, but that how I'm engaging in awareness seems to be a factor. So I don't know.
Something to focus on, right? Like
Yeah.
what is it that happens when I really notice myself as awareness or presence? Something in the system seems to just open up and there's a different quality to my experience. But am I doing anything there? Just to sit with that question over the next few days, see what happens. Because if we can't actually do anything as awareness, it's a very different way to live. The mind doesn't like it because it fears losing control. But if we never had control in that way, we can't choose to let anything go or pick it up even, then we're shifting to a different place from where we're living. So if it feels aligned with you, just spending some time with this over the next few days. What am I actually doing as awareness even? The next says yes. Yeah. Thank you, love.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Wonderful. Okay, we'll go back to Caro.
Gracias, Helen, perdón.
No worries. No problem.
Con respecto a lo que estamos viendo, a veces me siento atrapada
In reference to what we are seeing, sometimes I feel trapped
porque intento, cuando ocurre algo, no tener ninguna historia, pero la emoción de la historia es más fuerte como para no tener una historia.
because when something happens, I try not to have a story, but the emotion that is happening is so strong that it's difficult not to have a story.
Does it need to be that you get rid of the story or that you simply let it be there? If you're saying, okay, there's a story happening, a strong emotion is happening, and a story, what we're really doing is telling a story that it should not be like this, right? My story is that I should not be telling stories. That's like the king and the queen of all stories. That's the big story. I should not be telling stories. So if there's an emotion, there's an emotion. If there's a story happening, let it happen.
Ya, pero entonces, ¿cuándo va a cambiar todo? Es que me pasan dos cosas. Esa es una cosa que me pasa y otra cuando in-
Then, sorry, but then when things are going to change, because they are happening to me two things. One is this, and another one,
es que cuando no tengo historia, es con mi mamá. Cuando
when I
no,
have no story, is with my mother.
cuando no tengo historia y la escucho, lo que me cuenta es tan fuerte que no lo puedo soportar, pero esa ya no tiene historia. Entonces es como que me siento atrapada sin historia y con historia
One moment, Carol.
y quiero cambiar, ya.
Yeah, it's like when I have no story and I listen to my mother, is so strong that I cannot. Tienes que romper un poquito.
Que no, no soporto escuchar lo que me dice
Yeah,
porque es muy fuerte.
she cannot stand to listen to her because it's so strong.
Por
Isn't
la situación.
isn't that a story though? I cannot stand to listen to her.
A ver, lo puedo escuchar,
I can listen to,
pero me parte por dentro.
but it break myself inside.
If there's an inner response to whatever is happening on the outside, the inner response is the story. I get broken by this. It's too big, it's too much. Mind will say, when my mother actually is different, then I'll let go of this defense, this story. But if
Pero
she,
en este caso es distinto porque no es un juicio sobre ella, sino por una situación que ella está pasando.
In this case, it's different because it's not a judgment against her, but it is a situation that she's going through.
but there is a judgment inside of you about how you feel in that moment. The judgment is, it's too strong. I can't deal with this. I can't be with this. That's the story. That's the judgment that needs to be given up. Better to not know if you can deal with this. Better to not know if it's going to break you. Can you see that you are very sure that this is going to be too much? Too big?
Puedo ver que es demasiado grande porque es como cuando estaba Peggy al principio, cuando la escucho, o sea, siento que la emoción es grande,
I feel like when Peggy was talking that the emotion was so big.
But you are bigger than any emotion. You are infinite. You have infinite capacity to be with something. But if you tell the story that you can't, that it's too big, it's too much, you have to experience that. It will be too big, it will feel too much. Why not see how much you can experience actually as presence? It's a very subtle story, this one, right? There's no stories about your mother. There's no stories um, about anything out there. Just this story inside that this is too big, too much. And so it feels that way. It's experienced like that. Are you willing to drop this story too? How big are you?
gracias,
Pretty big, yeah. Thank you, love.
gracias.
Okay, so we'll finish with Saad. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Oh,
I
thank you.
can, yes, wonderful.
Just wanted to start by saying thank you for all of your teachings.
Thank you.
Um, so I think my question was changing a little bit, but essentially the more I learn about, like, investigate what I am, um, there's it's come to the point where I can see that I'm not anything I can experience.
Mhm.
So, but yet I know that I am, but there's nothing that I can point to point out what I am.
Yeah.
Um, that and then I mean, I guess I started this journey with as a with the story of a person and trying to find more peace and comfort with the chaos of life. And now it's like I mean, the perspective is different and there's a lot more uncertainty with, I mean, I think I was looking for more certainty, and now there's more uncertainty. I want because I mean, seeing who you are kind of takes away the floor from, I mean, it just doesn't, everything kind of changes.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of, I mean, I guess this is still a story, but there's a lot of things that, I mean, the original reason why I embarked on this journey had a lot of goals and a lot of targets and a lot of reasons for doing that. And now, like, none of that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of hesitation with letting go of those things, even though it seems kind of clear that there's no way I can aim for those things. I don't actually, yeah, there's a lot of like confusion. And the more I just try to rest with that confusion, I mean, I guess there's a story and a hope that this confusion will go away at some point, and there can be more peace with the chaos. But when the chaos actually happens, there isn't peace with it.
Let's take a look at what you really are. Let's experience it together. Tell me what you are, what you can about what you really are.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Um, I am aware of experience in different ways. Um, but that's
This
all I can do.
this awareness that you are. Is it a form or is it without form? Is it formless?
Any form that I can imagine would then appear in the awareness. There's no way for me to know a form of myself.
So isn't confusion and chaos, isn't that just another subtle form that you're appearing as? You can appear as very tangible things like this body, a table, a house, a planet, but also subtle things like confusion. And
Yeah,
what happens when you just are confusion? You are showing up as confusion. From this awareness, do you need to get rid of confusion? And do you even need to find certainty? Are you even the one who's uncomfortable with uncertainty? The mind would very much like certainty. I know what I am now, and to feel some kind of stability in that. But as awareness, do you even need that? Do you need even certainty?
I can't say what awareness needs. I guess because there it has no shape or
Mm.
form. So yeah, you're right that I'm appearing, or there is the confusion is the form, and like I guess to really let go of, I guess, being this body or not being this body is, yeah, there I guess there is a question there in the sense that, I mean, this body's like the consequences to the body are still like pain or discomfort or whatever appears to, I guess, I don't know if it's my awareness or it's personal, but it appears to awareness and it seems continuous. So, I mean, is aware, if awareness is not locked into the body, but then it's still it kind of does feel like it's locked into this body. So the letting go of the body's needs or something like that feels, or letting go of like the confusion and all feels difficult.
Let's look at awareness then, the awareness that you are. If it was inside a body only, inside your body or my body, locked in, I think you said, right?
Yes.
It would have to be an object, right? It would have to be smaller than the body to fit inside it. Can you agree with that?
Maybe another way to say it would be stuck with the
Yeah.
body.
But it would
Um,
still have to be an object, right? A subtle, subtle object. Can
e-
something that is not an object at all, not an experience, not conceivable, um, can it be stuck anywhere or locked anywhere?
it, I don't know. In my in experience here, it's only this body that comes with it, seemingly.
Seemingly, yeah. Let's dig a little deeper if you want to, right?
Yes,
Are you up for
yes,
that?
please.
How do you know it's only that body? It might seem like a really strange question, but let's go with it anyway. How do you know? Because you said seemingly. So
Yes.
what's the evidence for that?
When something strikes this body, it tends to be felt here.
Hmm.
Or if something pleasurable happens to this body, like a taste of a food or something, it tends to appear here, but no other body's sensations or something appear here.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by seemingly.
So the sensation or the pain or the thought or anything like that, it has a location, right? We can say it's in this body.
I mean, from awareness, I don't even know, but yes, I can kind of, I mean, I don't experience that, but I believe that kind of.
So if there was pain in that body, let's keep it as a really concrete example. If there was some
Hmm.
physical pain in that body,
Hmm.
that pain would have a location. We could point to it. It's happening in that body, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But the one that's noticing the pain, does that have a location?
No, it doesn't have a location that can be pointed to. Um,
Where is
but
it then? Where is it? Where is awareness?
I, here is the best answer I could give.
And where is here?
No, no idea.
So can you see? Again, this is a really excellent, honest answer. I do not know. I have got no idea where awareness is. And that is different to the assumption we had before, which is that I know where awareness is. It's locked in this body or stuck with this body, right?
I can't point to it, but the consequences to the body are still felt. I don't know. I don't want to say in this awareness, but it does seem like it this body is kind of goes with this awareness and not this awareness does not go with other bodies
But can
or
you say that with 100% certainty if you're not sure at all where awareness is?
just based on this life's memory. I could like like as far as this memory that's available here can go, it seems so far to be the case. I can't say for certainty.
You want to go a little deeper?
Absolutely.
So when you point to the form and things going on in the form, can you use that to reference where awareness is? If awareness is of a different quality or it's quality less, can we point to what's happening in the form to tell us anything about awareness? Because you just told me something really honest and profound. You said, I have no idea where awareness is. And then in the next sentence, we're contradicting that with this sense that I do know where it is and it's very much stuck here or something here, right? And the evidence for that is pointing to the form. But the awareness, if we look at awareness ourselves as awareness, I have to admit, I do not know where I am as awareness.
Uh, I don't know where I am as awareness.
So
This,
just pause there, right? Just pause there. If you do not know where you are as awareness, what else can you actually know with certainty? Take a moment and just let that Because if you then point to a particular form and say, yes, but this body is in pain, then you're giving yourself as awareness a location again. I'm here, only here. And we have to come out of this, and I had to do this as well, was to be really honest about what it means if I cannot find where I am as awareness. I am here as awareness, but I can't say I'm here or here or here or here. I just don't know. And as that sank in, it began to pull the rug out from underneath everything else I believed. I mean, everything.
Mm.
It's shocking in a very profound way, right? If I don't know where I am, which is my body, which is my mind, which is my karmic patterns, which is my house, I don't know. It takes everything away. And of course, on the level of the body mind, there's still a functionality. I'm not going to get in the wrong car today or walk into the wrong house. But as awareness, I have to begin to be curious about what that means if I don't know where I am. All my problems depend upon me thinking I do know where I am and I have a location. I can be in one place only. Can you be certain about that as awareness? What's happening in the body as you listen to this? Is the body getting more tense or less tense?
There's I mean, yeah, there's thoughts and it's becoming more tense about because there's a confusion and that's appearing um yeah, because of like a lack of clarity on like I completely follow or I don't know if I follow, but I understand that you're saying awareness itself doesn't have a location. Um But the doubt story here, or the thought here is that, but it's always this body. It's always, I don't know for sure, but so far for this many years, and it's always been this body.
It
And
is.
yeah,
It is present right where that body is. That much we're agreed upon, right? Awareness is also there where that body is.
I mean,
But what I want you to investigate is, and if you really, really feel something here that's important, where else is it? If you don't know where it is, and that was the only thing I could admit with honesty, I cannot put it in a location. It became clearer as I stayed with that it must be in all locations.
y-
Right now,
y-
that's, not clear for you, and that's okay. But the mind resists looking at this question. What can I know to be true if I don't know where I am? Because it thinks the problems are not going to get solved if you admit that you don't know where you are. Have the problems become solved, though, by thinking you do know where you are? Is that actually working?
no,
So if you can see that clearly, then try coming with this question. What you can experience to be true is that you are awareness and that you cannot find where that awareness is. It's not an object in one place. You cannot pick it up and put it over here. You can't literally point to where it is, even. Spend some time with that then, right? Really get curious about that as if it's the most important thing. This became a burning obsession for me. What does it mean if I don't know where I am? What does that mean?
if, I mean, there has been a thought that if then everything is appearing in me, like all locations, or, I mean, this computer,
Yeah.
um,
This body, right?
yeah. It's like both the body in front of me or the body that I look down to see
Yeah.
are both appearing in me. Um, then it goes into the why does it always look out from here?
So to answer that question, why does it always look out from here? We have to turn towards awareness itself,
Mm,
right? We have to let that answer come from the inside.
okay.
In every body it has awareness. In every human body it's appearing as. It has that same feeling. I'm only looking from here.
Mm-hmm.
I am here. Here is where I am. I am here. It has that same feeling in every single body mind that you have. But that comes clear from the inside as you really turn towards what it means to have no location. The body has a location. It's sitting here in this chair.
Mm-hmm.
But awareness, I can't really say that about myself. I don't know where I am, which is a strange thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you go into that, it starts to reveal a whole, and you've just got a little glimpse of that little inkling with these thoughts coming. And there's a lifeline here out of suffering.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can stay with this. Thank you.
wonderful. Yeah. Let me know how it goes, okay?
Will do.
Thank you. Wonderful to talk to you.
Same.
Thank you. Okay, that is a wonderful way to finish for tonight. And thank you so much to all of our wonderful translators, and to all of you for being so brave with your questions and your sharings and so authentic. It's so beautiful. And when we all share like this, we all grow together faster and open up. Thank you, thank you. Namaste.
Gracias.